as always, flowing from the survival scrolls. I am your gracious host, Mr. Babasheen. And this is Bridget Hayes. With that said, ladies and gentlemen, I present to you Depression. Let's go. So, family, continuing on the Will Smith, Chris Rock storyline, there's a new video circulating that shows that Jada laughs thereafter when Will slaps Chris Rock. And he turns and he says, Chris Rock, Will Smith just slapped the shit out of me, and she laughs. And there's no interaction between spouses. Like him looking at her like, I got this. Or her like, thank you. Or anything. There's nothing going on. So it's like you roll your eyes and then you laugh thereafter from this man getting assaulted. It begs me to question, well, what was she thinking? But more importantly, the topic at hand. And the topic at hand is depression. I don't feel that Will Smith was angry, technically, with Chris, because he laughed at the joke initially. And then she rolls her eyes. We don't see, that's the one thing we do not see. We do not see him looking at her and her being upset. We don't see that. It's the one video we don't have. So everyone is assuming that she got angry, he saw it, and then he reacted from it. But is he angry with Chris? Or is he angry with himself? You know, depression comes in so many forms. It can come in the form of monotony. It can come in the form of, no, not that it comes in the form, but it is part of the family of monotony. It's part of the family of boredom. It's part of the family of the hamster wheel and nothing is happening, that you keep doing the same old thing, or you're caught up in the same situation that either you didn't foresee or it came into play. And you know, example, there are individuals that take care of a loved one, and it's taxing. It can be quite consuming, because that elder, hold on for a second guys, that elder can be caught up in their own old damn ways, you know, it's not fair to say, but can be caught up in their ways, and they don't want to move. They want to stay stiff as a tree and not bend. Or for mothers or even fathers who have autistic children, that they have to care for them, and the energy, the amount of energy that goes into taking care of a child or an elder, or a job that there's abuse, you know, that there's outright abuse or indirect abuse, or in whatever form. It could be, you know, harassment. It could be sexual harassment. It could be a boss that you need that job, but his comments and his flirtations and his coming over to your desk and he's sitting there like, you know, what's going on, you know, and you feel it, you know, and that can create this anxiety-ridden, maybe not outward anxiety, but just a subtle, or it becomes depressive. So going on from what we see the unveiling of an affair between a mature woman and a young man that took place 2 years, 3 years, what have you. We have and it was her son's friend. She makes reference that she was very unhappy and she was unfulfilled. And he filled that void, this young man. We see the husband sitting there and he says, well, you know, tell the people. And she says, yeah, you know, it was an entanglement. Now, from from an outsider's perspective, it looked very callous on her and how she spoke. But again, as I stated in a video or two before, that's probably just the culture of how they speak with each other. It doesn't necessarily mean that she was, removed and so short-sighted in his feelings. Could just be the culture of how they speak with each other. But you saw facially there seemed to be pain. There seemed to be pain in what was being discussed, what was being relived in some form or fashion. And then there's more discussions and conversations about being unfulfilled. Her discussions with the actress Gwyneth Paltrow, that not being fulfilled, and then there's the discussion of an open marriage, and Will Smith, succumbing to that. Because he loves her. We don't know if that is their lifestyle. But again, going by just that storyline, we see it gives the impression that she has been making all these moves and he's going, yes, hon, no problem, okay, yeah, okay, because he loves her. We see him jump on stage and attack an individual, a friend of his. And history or not of a prior comment or what have you, we saw something deep within him that begs to say, okay, this is bigger than Chris Rock. Is this your marriage? Is this your station in life? Sometimes when men, when I say men, there's the inclusion of women as well. But there is this, come on, I really got to get over here. There is this inclusion. Oh, I'm sorry. There's the inclusion of women as well. So men on a whole, including women, that reach a pinnacle. What do they do now? Where do they go now? Could he have reached that pinnacle? Because it's not about the money. Some people are like, oh well, he gets paid. After you've developed your craft, it's not about the money. It's technically about the win to some degree. To some degree, it's about the win. The win of achievement, the win of continuously developing your craft and showing it. He's a fine actor. Can't take that from the man. He wasn't trained in the classical way of others that have gone to Juilliard or what have you. He's developed his chops through years of practice and going into characters and whatnot. But as he reached his pinnacle, he's now on tour talking about depression, talking about life. It's not about fame. It's not about fortune now. It's about life. It's the bigger picture. And we saw a human flaw. It's a gift and a curse. Emotion. It's a gift and a curse. We saw it. In real time, we saw it unfold. Someone very unhappy. So I ask you, family, are you there? Are you in a depressive state? Are you in this hamster wheel? Are you locked into routine? Are you locked into responsibility? Where's your breath of fresh air? You're breathing in for everyone else. Where's your breath of fresh air? So this is a serious case. This is not some, he's talking, he's doing another video. Hold on a second, guys. I guess. But a serious case. Andrew Bourdain, famous chef, traveler, a foodie, We got to see him. We got to like him. We got to see, his take on various foods and his reviews and so forth and so on. And he killed himself. That depressed, that insecure, because it creates insecurity. Like, is this what it is? Is this what it's supposed to be? What next? And we saw that unfold. And he killed himself. The late, great Robin Williams, we saw him laugh and become characters at all times. We saw him do that constantly. And he took a belt or a necktie and he went to a chair and he leaned forward until it took the life out of him. We see Will Smith, one of the most auspicious. Listen, I'm not here to debate. Some people are like, it's fluff. It's just grandiose bullshit. That's what the Oscars are. It's just grandiose BS. I'm not here to discuss that, And I'm not here to discuss either whether this whole thing is fake. It's neither here nor there. I'm going on the rhetoric. I'm going on the storyline that this man is more than likely going through a very, I won't say mental breakdown, because I'm not versed enough to discuss if it is a mental breakdown, but we're seeing an individual going through something that's not good. And I'm not condoning his violence. I'm not condoning his act. I'm not condoning what he did, in any way. And I'm not making excuses for his actions. I'm not making excuses for what he did. But there's got to be something deeper and bigger than he just put his paws on Chris Rock and this and no. Something's not right. If it's stemming from his marriage, okay. If it's stemming from his marriage, then something needs to be addressed. If it's stemming from the energy of someone that they just don't jive anymore, or I don't know. Is it the fact that he probably thought he wasn't going to win because he hasn't won a million times over? Is there something behind the scenes? Robin Williams was suffering from a life-threatening disease, an autoimmune or something. I'm not sure, but could it have been that? You never know what's inside and in the hearts of individuals when they find out news or they come across a situation that just it's hard to deal with any further. Jerry, oh God, I can't remember his name. The comedian. Forgive me, guys. Please forgive me. Jerry Lewis. Hello, I couldn't remember the last name. Jerry Lewis, his last movie talks about an elderly man who his time has passed. He was a very big individual and I guess into entertainment. And, this was his last hurrah. And he spoke to Entertainment Tonight and he says, and he started crying. He said, getting old sucks. He said, I'm going to die soon. He resolved himself, but it was still a hard pill to swallow. That I'm not going to hold my grandchildren. I'm not going to see my wife. I'm not going to see I'm not going to be here anymore. And that was a hard pill to swallow. Some people, through the grace and be like, I lived the good life, or I lived the hard life, or I lived the life. But we're watching this unfold with Will Smith, and not good, guys. Depression. Today's topic: depression. It forms itself in so many ways, subtle, but slowly creeping along, and it stays with you like a black cloud. So, with that said, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for riding with me, and let us give thanks and praise that we are 6 feet above ground and not below, and that those in our inner circle are in the same vein. I am your gracious host, Mr. Bobby Shades, and this is Bridging Fears. Whatever you do, family, make a statement today. If you want to sit back and eat chips and play with your chest hairs for men, or just slob out, make the most of it. Make a statement behind it. And whatever you do, family, stay lovely, stay sexy, but most of all, stay safe. I hope this particular topic touches you. And please like, share, and subscribe. I keep saying it, and I will continue to say it. It helps the algorithm, it helps the channel grow. And I want to bring that heat. I want to continue to bring that heat to make you think, to make you go, yeah, I can relate to that, or I know someone who's going through that. Anyway, guys, thanks a lot. I'll see you guys in the next clip.